What's up guys, so for this video I will be playing Mission 9 of Halo 2 called The Quarantine Zone. So with that said, let's get started with the playthrough.
In the center of this zone is a sacred icon critical to the great journey. I must find it.
We shall cut into the heart of this infestation, retrieve the icon, and burn any flood that stand in our way. The parasite is not to be trifled with. I hope you know what you're doing.
Forward, warriors, and fear not pain.
Let's get in this ghost and go through this little tunnel. Oh yeah, be wary that the giant sentinel that crushes whatever ground vehicle you're driving. Beware of that, so what you need to do is make sure you're out of its range and just destroy it from a safe distance. See right there, that's an example of the giant sentinels crushing whatever ground vehicle you're driving. I believe you can't escape the ground vehicle that's being pulled up and crushed by the giant sentinel. Maybe you can, but you have to do it before the giant sentinel crushes your ground vehicle. Let's use this rocket launcher to destroy the giant sentinel. Awesome, that's the giant sentinel down. Now I will use the rocket launcher to destroy the flood that pilots the ghost. Yes, the flood are in this mission and they pilot ground vehicles, even the tank. Yeah, the flood can actually drive the tank, the gas warhog, the wraith. They pretty much can drive every ground vehicle you can think of. The flood being able to drive ground vehicles is actually very cool, but it can be annoying at the same time, especially if you're playing on Legendary, because you can get wrecked very easily if you're not careful. Make sure you're a safe distance away from the giant sentinel. I recommend you take out the giant sentinel from a safe distance with whatever ground vehicle you're using, especially the Scorpion tank. And if you try and drive past the giant sentinel, it will catch up to you. Then crush whatever ground vehicle you're driving, so just take it out from a safe distance at any difficulty, just so you don't have to deal with that frustration. Another reason why you should destroy the giant sentinel from a safe distance is because whatever ground vehicle you're driving doesn't get hit or damaged by the giant sentinel's missile barrage. this part of Quarantine Zone, if you're playing on Legendary, there will be a rocket launcher flood and a beam rifle flood, so you would have to get out of the tank and kill them using a precision weapon before you can get in the tank and get past this section. Another reason why you have to get out of the vehicle you're driving before the rocket launcher flood sees you is because the rocket launcher flood in this game compared to Halo Combat Evolved, the big difference is they can lock onto your fucking vehicle, so it doesn't matter what vehicle you're driving, it will be automatically locked onto, which makes driving past the rocket launcher flood even more annoying. So the strategy of driving past the flood rocket launcher isn't effective whatsoever because they can lock onto your vehicle from far away or up close, doesn't matter, you're dead. This becomes even more dangerous on Legendary, but still, even on lower difficulties, the rocket launcher flood should not be able to lock onto whatever vehicle you're driving. That's just really silly. Here is the terminal location for the mission, the Quarantine Zone. I'm trying to search for the battle rifle that contains over 200 rounds in it, which is amazing. I've been trying to search for it for about a couple of minutes now. Let's see if it's around here somewhere. Maybe this is it? Yes, it is! Oh my god, look at that. 209 rounds for the battle rifle. That is absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not sure why Bungie allowed you to pick up a battle rifle on this mission that contains over 200 rounds. It's really weird. Maybe they wanted to double the ammo capacity of the battle rifle, but they said nah, it's too much, so we'll just keep it at 108. But it wasn't until Halo Studios, when they made Halo Infinite, they decided to double the ammo capacity of the battle rifle, which in my opinion the battle rifle should have contained 216 rounds. I'm glad Halo Studios doubled the ammo count of the battle rifle. That's how much ammo the battle rifle should have had in Halo 2. That was when the battle rifle was introduced in. So it's good that Halo Studios realized, oh shit, the ammo capacity of the battle rifle is only 108 rounds, that's very low, so they decided to double it, which is awesome. You know, I've always had that issue with the battle rifle. You know, it's always had low ammo capacity in Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4 as well, Halo 5 as well. It wasn't until Halo Infinite that Halo Studios realized, okay, let's double the ammo count of the battle rifle, because 108 rounds is very low. Hopefully future Halo games, if they have a battle rifle as a weapon, it has the ammo capacity of 216 rather than 108. One side note I want to make is make sure you pick up the battle rifle that contains over 200 rounds, because fighting with the Flood that jump onto the gondola you're riding, which will happen a little later, especially legendary difficulty, because the Flood hits so fast. Yes, you die in 2 melee hits from the Flood and Brutes, but the Flood and Brutes hit so fast it doesn't really matter, plus it still makes weapons like the Needler, Energy Sword, Plasma Rifle very unviable, so you have to use precision weapons to kill them.
More humans. They must be after the icon. On your way, Arbiter. I'll deal with these beasts.
I'll do what I can to keep the Flood off your back.
The higher-ups do not look kind to your failure.
I will lessons the other target.
Look, up ahead. The parasite gathers for an attack.
I do want to say, if you die on any part of the gondola ride, it doesn't matter if it's the last part of the gondola ride, or the middle of the gondola ride, or at the beginning of the gondola ride, you will have to restart this gondola ride all over again, which really sucks. So just to make sure you don't die, I really do think Bungie should have included checkpoints each time you kill the Flood. Instead of it just saying loading done, it should have been loading done, then checkpoint done. That would have been a lot better. Instead, you're forced to survive. If you don't survive, then you have to restart at the beginning of the gondola ride, which really sucks. I'm trying not to sword lunge against the flood, because if I do sword lunge while going up the stairs, then I'm gonna fly off the gondola, so I'm just gonna use light melees when the flood are on the little stairs.
You know, your father never asked me for help either.
The index is secure.
Mackenzie, Perez, how's our exit? You hear me, Marines? We got trouble. How you doing?
Sergeant, stay down! Johnson, you all right? Johnson!
Excellent work, Arbiter. The hierarchs will be pleased. The Icon is my responsibility.
Was your responsibility. Now it is mine. A bloody fate awaits you and the rest of your incompetent race. And I, Tartarus, chieftain of the brutes, will send you to it.
And the prophets learn of this, that they will take your head.
When they learn. Fool. They ordered me to do it.
Thanks for watching, leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in Mission 10 of Halo 2 called Gravemind, and it's back to the Master Chief. So see you guys in the next one, take care.